Sony A7s, a camera that blew everyone's minds when it came out. Now after 3 years, is it still a top-notch camera?
Tech notice!
So here's the numbers, the usual stuff that you already know. Full frame camera, 12 megapixels, full HD at 60 frames per second, 4K external recording available, and is known as being the king of low light performance. And also the color profiles for the pros, S-Logs and Cinephores, but for some reason Canon is able to get good colors straight out of the box. But we fixed that one. The following montage that you're gonna see is totally ungraded, straight out of the camera. All we did was add the letterboxing and the slow-mo to make it more cinematic, but the colors are straight out of the camera. And then the rain started. It started whacking down, so we couldn't film anymore. We were just afraid that we might break these. But pretty nice colors, huh? What you think? Good, huh? Pretty good. We used this lens, by the way, for shooting this. This is an old nifty 50, as you would say. Now, let's get back to the camera. Someone once said that the camera manufacturers are afraid to make the perfect camera. They always have to have this one thing that's missing from it, or the one thing that is a step away from perfection. But let's say you got the perfect camera. Would you make a perfect film though? Probably not. But this Sony A7s can do all that you need and even more. Yes, it's not 4K out of the box and has some issues with the rolling shutter, but because it has massively large pixels, only 12 megapixel sensor and full frame, which means one pixel is rather big, that gives you the ability to boost the ISO to 50,000 and still get a usable footage out of it. So you don't even need professional studio lights while shooting somewhere. So here's just an example how you can shoot a film in Hollywood without any professional lighting. All the nature shots and outside shots of this film were shot without any lighting. So it's small, it can do amazing full HD film. All the buttons are customizable, so you can make the camera exactly how you want it. Oh, I don't like that this button does that. You can customize almost every single button you can see on this camera. Now Sony is coming up with new lenses for this camera. Other companies are producing E-mount lenses now, as well as if you don't have E-mount lenses, you can put any full frame lens on this camera with an adapter. Although there is the issue of autofocusing then. But you know, when you're filming, how much are you actually using the autofocus system anyways? And the final thing that you might like about this is the retro look of this camera, going back to the 70s and the hipsters and all the street photographers who like VW vans and beards and wear weird clothes. In conclusion, there is nothing really that you can't do with this camera. And we are absolutely in love with this camera, and that's why we bought the second version of this camera. Also, in Sundance Film Festival, one of the biggest film festivals in the world, there was a film that was entirely shot with iPhone 5S. Yes, for you younger ones. That is like 5 models before your ones at the moment. iPhone A7s. Is this out of frame? Yes, it should be out of frame. It's more about what you can do with this camera rather than what it can do for you. Well, actually, it does everything for you. If you have already put your A7s on your shelf, thought, do you know what, this is 3 years old, we're not going to use it anymore, pick it up, use it. It doesn't belong on the shelf. Neither does your camera, whatever it is.
Tech notice!
So thank you so much guys for watching this episode of Tech Notice. We would love to know about your videos, what you have been shot with your camera and what cameras are you using. So drop us a comment below, let us know what you're using and what films have you created, because we'd love to check them out. Also, if you're new here, consider subscribing. And again, thank you very much for watching this episode. Find some links in the description and we'll catch you in the next one.